Okay, just to repeat from last night, obviously a great team win in all three phases. Played well, did what we needed to do to beat a really good football team, and did it, did it in the right way. Just keeping our focus narrow, play by play, and had big plays in all three phases. We always talk about, you hear us, we've been one of the themes the whole year, we're not riding the wave, win or lose, right? That one's over. We got the film today. We had the adjusted schedule this week. So we did our game review today with the guys and just really dug down into where we can get better from the things that we watched today and moving forward to the Titans. I'll open it up from there.
Okay, Zach Kiefer.
Frank, when we're often asking you about Quentin Nelson, we're asking you about how good he's been. He's got 5 holds this year, and we saw 3 yesterday, and that's become a bit of an issue. Where do you see him struggling with that? And have you guys talked about that after the film sessions? And where do you see Quentin at right now?
Quentin's playing really good in both the run and the pass. The whole calls they're going to come. The one earlier in the game is really unfortunate. I have no complaints about the officiating. I mean, the guys are calling what they see, and we got to be better fundamental and technique wise. We got to just do some things a little bit better. We got to coach it better and play it better. There was one of the calls yesterday was it was just an unfortunate call where the defender tripped over Costanzo, and I could see where if the official was looking at it, it might have looked like Quentin pulled him down, and that's what he threw. That's what he saw. I think if you look at it in film, you might say, well, that's not what really happened, but those things get called. So, and there was, one other one besides that. But overall, if you look at Quentin's grade, if we're running 65, 70 plays a game, if you look at his grade for the entirety of the game, he's been playing very good football.
Wish TV.
Coach, I guess that leads right into this. We didn't get to ask you about Braden Smith, so I wanted to know if there were any setbacks there with his thumb, and then also if there were any updates on Phil's toe.
Yeah, there were no setbacks on the thumb. What happened was when I talked to you guys last week, I don't remember my exact words, but it was like, I'm pretty sure Braden's going to be good to go because Braden's Braden. I mean, the guy plays through anything. Last year, he had surgery on his thumb on a Monday and played on a Sunday. And so it was just kind of a weird injury. And in trying to protect the thumb last week, I just assumed, I was thinking it was a 99% he's going to be able to make it through. And we could not find a way to protect his thumb that he could get comfortable and that he wasn't, that he could play. So that was unfortunate. Hopefully it gets better. We'll take it day by day. We'll experiment with it every day. And as soon as he gets to the point where he can function and do what he has to do with his right hand, then he'll be back out there. And then as far as, Philip's toe, we'll obviously talk to him today. It was pretty sore. So we'll just have to see as the week goes on.
Joel Erickson.
What about Anthony Walker? He went down late in the game, and we didn't find out what happened.
A walk. As far as I know, I have not heard anything to the contrary. Our medical meeting is here in a little bit, but so I'll get the full report then. But as of right now, I think a walk is fine.
Mike Chappell.
Yeah, Frank. Just to follow up on Braden, was this something he didn't? This isn't related to the injury last year with the thumb.
No, it's not related. It was something that happened in practice on I guess it was Thursday or Friday.
Right. That's what I was curious. And is there any? There's no reason to believe he's not going to be ready. You'll get things settled, so he's going to be back out there against Tennessee, I assume.
I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful. Yes.
Of course, you were hopeful.
All right.
Exactly.
Thanks.
Kevin Bowen.
Frank, could you take us through maybe the shuffling at right tackle yesterday? Looked like LaRaven started in and out. Jazz Green played the whole second half.
Yeah, it was just going to be, Strauss and I talked about it, when we saw that Braden was going to be down. And, just said, we'll rotate those guys through. And so I just kind of left that up to Strauss. I said, hey, LaRaven starts, you just kind of go every 2 or 3 series, however it's playing out, you judge and feel how it's going and rotate them, as you see fit. So, I think overall hey, both guys in a very difficult situation, stepped up and did more than adequate. So was happy with their ability to step up and, perform at a level that would help us win that game.
And then does Autry have a chance to play on Sunday, or will the COVID situation keep him out?
Well, what I can tell you about Autry is, as you guys know, the league rule is it's if you're asymptomatic, it's 10 days from the test date. If you have symptoms, then it's 14 days. And so according to the letter of the law in the 10-day window, the 10-day window would have him ready, but whether or not he has symptoms is not something that, we need to or want to discuss. So if it's the 10-day window, he's technically available. If it's the 14-day window, he's not available.
Jim Aiello.
Yeah, Frank, just to get back to the right tackle shuffling, is that something you've done before or or have seen before? It just seems uncommon.
Yeah, haven't done it a whole lot. I mean, just have confidence in both those guys. Chaz, we had a lot of confidence in Chaz early on, and then he kind of had an injury and had a setback early in the year. LaRaven's continued. LaRaven had his best year training camp wise. So just felt like Chaz deserved a chance. That's kind of the way, even on defense, the way we've rolled some of the defensive line and the way we've rolled in some of the receivers. Some of it's not so much that, hey, LaRaven, it's not that we didn't have confidence in LaRaven or Ben Banigou, for instance, or, Des Patman. It's just sometimes, or Reese Fountain. We got players on our team who work hard, and we want to give every guy an opportunity. And when we think battles are close, and when guys are equally talented, well, okay, this week we'll give this guy a chance, and the next week we'll give this guy a chance. And so this was more kind of equal confidence in both those players, and want to see what they can do.
George Bremer.
It's kind of a unique situation this week with a 17 days later rematch. How do you balance kind of the need to do some things differently, but then also not get away from your strengths and what you do best?
Yeah, well, I think that's just it. It's a balance, and it's a little of both. You got to change it up a little bit. You want to, throw a few curve balls, to keep the hitter off balance. But you got to throw your main pitch, and if your fastball is your pitch or your slider is your pitch, that's your go-to. So that's kind of the way we'll roll. We'll continue to throw and run the plays that, that are core to us, but we'll always try to have a few wrinkles here and there to complement those things.
Mike Wells.
Hey, Frank, when you think about your team, people think of Phillip, Darius, Ford on down the line, but what has impressed you about your rookie class? I mean, especially yesterday, you think about it, Blankenship with the winning field goal, Julian with the big play, Jonathan, Michael, all your rookies seem to be contributing at the right time. So what has impressed you most about this group?
Probably their maturity, the fact that you can step in without having an off season as a rookie and going through OTAs and the whole ordeal, and be able to step right up into training camp. That was a big deal when we drafted these guys. I mean, we're certainly drafted them first and foremost for their talent on the field, but their makeup as a person is a big deal. And, character is a big part of that. Emotional intelligence / maturity is a big part of that. Guys that it's not too big for. And I think all these guys are demonstrating those qualities.
Did they pick it up as quick as you thought? I mean, you think about you're a 7-3 team with guys, when you look at their stats, have all had big impacts at some point throughout the season. So do you think they came along quicker than you thought, or kind of at the pace you thought they would?
Yeah, I mean, kind of the saying around here and really around the league is, the expectations for rookies really has risen over the years, where rookies are expected to be able to come in and make an immediate impact at some level. They don't have to come in and be the superstar from day one, but be able to make an impact. And our guys are doing that. And hopefully that'll grow. They're making their contribution. You just want to come in and contribute and then find ways to continue to help the team.
Stephen Holder.
Hey, Frank, I don't know if we asked you about this before, but have you been in a situation before where you've utilized multiple quarterbacks? Or is this something, I know you did it like a time or two, I think, with Andrew and Jacoby, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about more of what you did yesterday. Is this something new for you?
Yeah, this is new for me. Yeah, it's new for me. And as you guys know, we've been talking, there was plans to do this from the beginning of the year. And then our initial experiment or two didn't go so well. And so that makes you hit the pause button a second. Plus, Stephen, I think some of it is, because we have a new quarterback, it's not all the fact that the first time Jacoby came in, it didn't work. Some of it was, we just need to let Philip establish himself. And that's happened now. And it just feels like the right thing to do. And so I think we'll continue to build off it. We're excited about it. I mean, Jacoby was, as we said last night, he was great decision-making, really adds another element to the offense.
And just a quick follow-up, and we asked Philip this after the game. I mean, he just kind of shrugged about coming out of the game. That's fine. And obviously he knew that going in, but I guess my point is some guys are not that passive about it, I imagine. Is it a unique situation because of the makeups of these two guys?
Yeah, it is a unique situation because you're exactly right. Not everybody is that thrilled about giving up plays.
Like you wouldn't try this with 18, but never mind. That's
exactly. No, true. But it's really a credit to both those guys. First of all, they've developed a real close friendship and respect for each other as friends and as players. But secondly, it's a unique situation where Philip's at in his career and the respect that, and the fact that he's coming to a team where he knows Jacoby was a starter last year. And so, and when we made the decision, when Nick and I were talking about it the other week, saying, okay, we're going to ramp this package up a little bit, I naturally called Philip and had a brief conversation with him about it. Say, hey, this is what we're going to do. You good? And just more out of respect than anything else, and got nothing but yeah, let's do it. That's a good move.
Okay, we'll go three more. Bob Kravitz.
Yeah, Frank, have you told Philip Rivers to stop blocking?
Yeah, we actually, Bob, he definitely did not follow instructions on that play. I can tell you that. There was never any design where he would be putting his shoulder into the chest of another defensive lineman. That's for sure.
Just to follow up, are we understating the impact that not having a real off season and no preseason games, the impact that not only that has on rookies, but even on Philip, because he's really taken off for these last 5 games?
Yeah, there's no doubt. It's gotten progressively better. And I think, we know, Bob, right, that it's true for everybody. So I think that's why we're not making a big deal about it. But I really do think, to your point, that you are right, that part of this is just a natural progression. You got a new quarterback, and we've had 3 different starting quarterbacks in 3 years. And it just takes a little bit of time to get things going. And Phillips handled it perfectly. And, we've continued to get better as an offense. We've continued to learn what we need to do to adapt to the players that we have and the schemes and things that we do, particularly with him as our quarterback. And so I think it's been a natural progression, but he certainly is playing lights out right now.
All right, last one, Wish TV.
Coach, a quick follow-up on those rookies. I wanted to ask how much confidence you have in Jonathan Taylor being down 2 scores. You guys put the ball in his hands after he, has taken a back seat the last few weeks.
Yeah, I mean, utmost confidence in Jonathan and all our players. Just really happy for him. I mean, you guys know and sense what, not only what a great player is, but what a great person he is. So, I mean, I almost look at it with our backs like they're all starters, and we're just going to continue to rotate them. I know it's frustrating to fantasy owners, but it's just the way we roll. And I got so much confidence in all three of those guys. Was really happy for. He gave us a spark. I mean, the way he ran, I thought it was his best game. The way he ran with the decisiveness, the vision, the patience, the strength and power he ran with. I thought it was his best game. And so we're just going to continue to mix it up, though.